He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You look at this Baltimore defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Back to Mixon on second down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out.
11 MT.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now third down and 6 to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You look at this Baltimore defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 60 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now Burrow on first down. This goes out wide for Mixon. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. Fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
11 MP.
They'll run with Mixon. But he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll give it to Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Tempo.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Ravens 0. Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And now off to the races down the right side. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They go play action now. Jackson. Goes for Beckham, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Ravens. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
1-1, ready?
First down.
11 coming.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On second down, here's Mixon. There he goes, left side. Runs over it. 107 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Give them maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
16-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this one complete to Smith. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ravens take over 1st down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Play action. It's Jackson.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
And Jackson throwing once more.
Pass complete on the out route to Beckham.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Hold on, ready?
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Hold on.
Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, and the Bengals grab it.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 coming.
And leading 10-7, well, they may just want to get this to the locker room.
11-90. Let it go.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Gun. Got.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
They're on 15-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry.
Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
They go play action with Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards? That play, they got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
That will be good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Here's Jackson. He completes it to Becker. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Ball on the 27. Here's a second down and 6.
Running left, it's Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On third down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner, as a former defensive back, I'm not almost a physical reaction. I'm watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there in the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Jackson now. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
On second down, here's Mitchell.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. Tucker's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
11. 11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Looking deep here for Chase.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
72 yards.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Myles Murphy, he's the one who got in there and hit him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Jackson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Ravens first down. They only needed 1, but it ends up being a gain of 6 and moves the chains.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson to throw.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Report! Report! Hey, report! Report! What is it?
Here's Jackson. That is caught. And he has the Ravens 1st down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to